Got my green water.
Why, hello to you too. Rude.
This stuff is really good. I'm really into it. I'm really loving this green water. It's good for the body, the mind, the soul.
Great. I've got my brown whiskey. I'm really into it too. It's good for the brain, the patience, the sanity.
Got it right here. Chlorofresh.
Chlorofresh liquid chlorophyll internal deodorant. What's that all about? Observations in the 1940s and 1950s that topical chlorophyllin had deodorizing effects on foul-smelling wounds led clinicians to administer chlorophyllin orally to patients with colostomies and ileostomies in order to control fecal odor. While early case reports indicated that chlorophyllin doses of 100 to 200 milligrams daily were effective in reducing fecal odor in ostomy patients, at least one placebo-controlled trial found that 75 milligrams of oral chlorophyllin 3 times daily was no more effective than placebo in decreasing fecal odor assessed by colostomy patients. Several case reports have been published indicating that oral chlorophyllin decreased subjective assessments of urinary and fecal odor in incontinent patients. I've suddenly lost the urge to look into this. You just do what you gotta do, alright?
It's good.
Oh, I'm sure it's fine, but I'm not currently experiencing, issues.
They also had like a mint flavored one.
Okay, yes, thank you for the suggestion. I will be sure to seek that out, if and when I need it. Thank you.
Everybody should have some green in their lives.
Dude, honestly, I don't need it, okay? Why does everyone always think I need... Do I need to shower more? Can we please talk about something else now?
So, anyways, been kind of losing my mind lately.
No, don't say stuff like that about yourself. That's what I'm here for.
I just feel lately like things are just... I'm at a breaking point. I'm jumping off the proverbial cliff. My house is a mess. It's just reflecting my mind being a mess.
That's awful. I'd be more than happy to help you clean up your mind. I'll do it right now.
So I am starting the KonMari method, and I'm getting rid of shit. I'm getting rid of all my shit.
Well, at least you're deodorizing it first.
I got shit everywhere. Look, I got camping shit just everywhere.
Oh, now I get it. Shit like shit, not like shit. Okay.
My garage is a mess. My kitchen's a mess. My clothes were a mess. I've gone through my clothes. I've already gotten rid of like 13 bags of shit.
Wow, you're quite the shit tosser.
Books are next. I feel like I'm not going to be able to get rid of a lot of books, though. I've been really into books lately. I've been, like, splurge buying them. Lots of good resources and information.
Hey, that's great. I'm glad to hear you're interested in learning. Don't get rid of those.
Yeah, I don't know. This is not really about the KonMari method. I will probably do a video on it later.
Can you please do it as soon as possible? I've been having some trouble getting rid of my shit, and I've heard it can be unhealthy if you wait too long.
I have had some other things burning on my mind, though, like the flat earth.
Yeah, audience, you heard right. I hope you're all happy. I've been resisting this for years, but the number of requests is a little bit overwhelming, so just this once, I'll try it. Sorry, Redneck Tree Goddess? Great name, by the way. What were we talking about again?
The shape of the earth and all the lies that we're being fed by all the shills and the shitty people lately, like...
NASA? ESA? JAXA? Cool Hard Logic?
They support flat earth.
Yeah, I'm sorry, what?
Sure they do, right. Yet they're still pushing an incorrect model.
So this isn't about how the sphere earth people are wrong? This is about how the flat earth people believe in the wrong kind of flat earth? What are you, the flat earther or the flat earthers? Okay, what's wrong with the flat earth?
It doesn't fucking work.
Ah, okay, I think that's all my questions.
And it's really blowing my mind how people are truthers. They're all about the truth, and they don't believe in the flat earth yet.
Oh, I spoke too soon. Non-flat earthers are getting it too.
I say yet because they're going to. Like, it's the truth. It's flat.
But if they're all shills and shitty people, what makes you think they care about the truth? So you gotta think about these things, Redneck Tree Goddess.
But to be honest, I mean, it's not really flat. Can't we all just agree and call it hilly?
If it'll stop the inevitable flat earth inquisition, I think that's a wonderful compromise.
There's a lot of fucking hills.
Wow, you're right. I've never thought about it that way, Redneck Tree Goddess. There are indeed a lot of fucking hills. I've never heard such a trenchant plea for unity and understanding.
Mountains. They're not really mountains like you think, though.
I'm pretty sure they are mountains like I think. I've seen them, I've climbed them, I've gone in caves in them, and they were pretty much exactly what I expected them to be. What did you expect them to be?
I'll do a video on that one later.
I'll keep an eye out for that. I'm honestly more curious about your opinion on mountains than I have been about anything else for a long time.
But I don't understand how people are like believing in something, and then once they think they got the answers and the truth, they just stop looking. They don't pursue it any further, and they just think, oh,
Mountains, those are a thing. There's a lot of fucking mountains.
flat earth, circular, ice wall, roundy round sun and moon. They don't keep looking. There's more to this. There's a lot more to this.
I'm gonna have to agree with you on that one.
I did a little sketch. I have a whiteboard, and so I wanted to show something. This is supposed to be the sphere. Excuse my terrible shading. It's hard to do with one of those dry erase markers.
No, for a marker drawing, it's pretty good. I could see that being a sphere, or at least a donut.
But so we have these two options, right? It's more liberals, Republicans, black and white. I mean, it's not. Don't you guys see? They're just giving us these two choices.
Who's they? Is it Mossad? It's Mossad, isn't it? It's always Mossad. Damn it, I knew it after the shoe incident. They always start with simple things like shoes, but sooner or later, they always steal your ability to imagine shapes.
This is supposed to be the flat earth model with, like the supposed ice wall around it, which is probably total fucking bullshit because nobody's seen a fucking ice wall around the entire perimeter of the fucking earth.
Could you tone it the fuck down with the swearing, dude? Jesus fucking Christ, it's starting to even get on my nerves. Oh, and, here we have Antarctica.
In fact, nobody has seen either one of these models with their own fucking eyes. Nobody has been up high enough to really demonstrate the full scope of the full shape of the earth.
Hey guys, should we tell her? Actually, never mind. Those were all shills and shitty people. Or holograms, or on a soundstage, or whatever. Do you think I should tell her about that time last winter when I chased the sunset for hours while flying from Iceland to Canada? I know it'd probably be more convincing if it wasn't coming from a known reptoid demon massage shill, but I wonder how that fits the flat earth model. Maybe all those fucking hills are just way bigger than any of us thought. Big enough to make the earth act just like a sphere even though it's not. Maybe that's what you meant about the mountains.
You don't know it's either one of these. But I can tell you for a fact, it is not either one of these.
Hey, you haven't seen the full scope of the full shape of the earth. You don't know.
They don't fucking work, okay?
Jeez, okay. You don't have to get upset about it.
The sun rises at 90 degrees, and it sets at 270 degrees.
Okay, yeah, the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. I think that's all you mean.
So while you've got the globe here, spinning and whirling and twirling through space, and then you've got this flat model with more spinning of the moon and the earth, and they're both fucking spinning. And they're both fucking round. How can we believe any of this shit anymore? I don't believe it. I don't think it's right. I don't think it's real.
Hey, Izette, can you help me out? My brain can't interpret what argument she's making.
I'm pretty sure she just thinks that stuff spinning and whirling and twirling and being round is complicated, so it can't be true.
No, that can't be it.
I really think it is.
No, there's gotta be more to it than that.
No, I don't think so.
Are you
Yeah.
You remember that story about how Columbus's ships were totally invisible to the Native Americans because they were so alien to their understanding of the world?
Yeah?
That's what my brain just did with that argument.
However, I have a better idea. I mean, I don't know for a fact what the shape of the earth is. I don't fucking know. Nobody knows. It could be a fucking square. It could be a fucking rectangle. It could look like a dog tag. Maybe it looks like this.
It could be a fucking dick attached to the fucking chin of the Queen of fucking England while she's riding a flying fucking manatee into the Twin fucking Towers.
I don't fucking know.
I don't fucking know either, but it sounds plausible, so fuck it. At least the Queen of fucking England doesn't spin.
Maybe, perhaps, it's fucking none of this.
Because what if we're just in a simulation and it's all a fucking lie that this reality is made of matter and solid shit?
Because what if we're just in a simulation and it's all a fucking lie that this reality is made of matter and solid shit.
Fuck you, that's my line.
Everything is energy. Everything is a vibration and a frequency. A different frequency. And energy is such a huge, huge key component of everything. Existence. The earth shape.
Can you give me just 1 second to wrap my head around that, please? Okay, I'm good. So what you figure is everything's a vibration, and therefore the universe is a simulation for some reason. And therefore, within the simulation, the Earth has no particular shape, or it vibrates into different shapes. Lady, I'm sorry, but I think it's time you cut down on the internal deodorant. I think it's turning your brain into a plant.
Now, what I think, perhaps, I'll draw it down here. Like, if it's like any other shape except for the fucking circle, since everything is electricity.
Everything is not electricity. Maybe you're trying to refer to the fact that most matter has an electric charge. Not all matter, neutrinos, stuff like that. But saying that most matter has an electric charge is very, very different from saying that matter equals electricity. I guess in a sense you could say matter is energy, since matter and energy can be converted to each other. But the fact that a conversion is needed should clue you into the fact that they're not identical in concept. And more importantly, of course, although electric energy is indeed a form of energy, energy is not electricity. There are other forms of energy as well. So you might want to double check that, just saying. By the way, how weird is it that you'll lash out at people for not personally going to space to look at the shape of the Earth, which frankly is not that important, but you'll credulously accept that everything is electricity when you know damn well that you haven't personally tested that? I mean, come on, lady.
Since everything is electricity, it all moves, like, you've got the AC current, you've got DC current, alternating, direct current.
No, matter does not move like alternating or direct current. Electrical current is when electric charge flows through a conductive medium. Matter is not made of electrical current. Matter does not behave or move like electrical current. Remember all those books you mentioned? None of them happened to be, science books, did they? I've changed my mind about the books. Maybe you should get rid of that shit. Trade them in for like one basic level book on electricity and maybe one book on particle physics. That'd do the job.
But they all move in waves, you've got the sine wave and the cosine. Looks like a DNA strand.
Like a simplistic and incomplete drawing of one, yeah, I guess. But you know what it doesn't look like? DC current, which isn't plotted in waves? Or that square AC waveform that you drew and then very quickly erased? Just saying.
What if the sun is moving across a plane like this, and the moon is doing it like this, making the sine and the cosine wave?
So what you're asking me is, what if the sun and the moon don't even behave like anything real, like electrons going through a wire, or like actual alternating current, or like anything else with physical reality, but instead, for some reason they move in paths that look like a graph that represents an arbitrarily chosen pattern of alternation of the direction of flow of electrical charge in a circuit? Sure, what if? But there's no reason to think they should, because... Is this real life? Am I really talking about this? If the sun and the moon were made of electricity, that does not mean that they would behave like an electrical current through an AC circuit. And it most certainly doesn't mean that they'd behave like a symbolic mathematical graph of current flow direction change in an AC circuit, besides which matter is not made of electricity. And most importantly of all, and this is the critical point, they don't move like that. The sun and the moon do not move like that, like at all. They do not move in some kind of sine-cosine sync. Neither of them travels in a sine wave back and forth across the Earth. Doesn't matter if the Earth is flat or if it's spherical or whatever. The sun and the moon don't do that. Have you seen them doing that? Because if so, you should get a fucking drug test. But you know what I'd love to know even more than how you got any of those ideas? I would absolutely love to know why you think that this will work on any flat Earth shape except a circle. The Earth can be shaped like a cock and balls and it'll work just fine, but the circle Earth gets left out? Why do you hate circles so much? What did they ever do to you?
What if they are a conductor?
Then they're not made of electricity, they're made of something that can conduct electricity, and your idea makes even less sense. You do know AC waveforms don't represent the conductive material wobbling back and forth, right?
What if, an anode and a cathode, perhaps? I don't know which is which.
No offense, but I could have figured that out myself.
But this whole existence is not what we are told, and obviously most of the people watching this are going to realize that.
Yeah, I realize that. And it's especially not what I'm being told by you, because what you're saying is really fucking dumb. In ways too numerous for me to possibly touch upon all of them. Viewers, help me out, please, thank you.
But yet a lot of people are still so stuck in this materialistic reality and failing to look at the fundamentals of existence and life.
Dude, you don't even know the difference between real life and a graph. Don't even start with that shit.
And for all you Bible thumpers out there, God spoke existence and creation into life. Spoke it. Words have a vibration. Words are energy.
But they're not energetic enough to make an AC/DC pancake into a circle shape because, help me, I'm trapped in this video, get me out, please!
I'll show you a couple books that I just got today. Because I'm really into this energy stuff right now.
If you must, but I'm not sure how long I can stick around. Here's what's going on in my brain right now. I'm feeling that AC current hard.
I'm taking a class, it's called BioTouch, where it's like, they say they don't know what it is, or how it works, or any of that. I do. It's energy healing.
So what do you wiggle your fingers to make the sun draw a plot of an AC current on a post-it note and then you stick it to someone's forehead to cure their cold?
You're using 2 fingers on different points of the body to let the body heal itself. And it's light touch. It's just energy.
Yeah, close enough.
The body electric. And it's a fascinating story of our bioelectric selves. And how the author found clues to the healing process in the long discarded theory that electricity is vital to life. Which is true.
First thing you said that's anywhere close to it. I don't know the book, I don't think I want to know the book, but can I suggest that maybe instead of starting with a book about bioelectricity, you start with something about what electricity is? Like at all?
And on that, I'm gonna do a video at some point about salt and the conspiracy behind salt and how it's actually really good for you. And salt is a conductor. Salt water is more conductive than fresh water. And so when you don't have salt in you, your energy can't flow as well.
Okay, so what's the conspiracy exactly? It's not like you're blowing the lid off some big secret by saying you need salt. That's an extremely commonly known scientific fact. There's no conspiracy to hide it. If you don't have salt, your problem is not going to be that your energy can't flow as well. It's going to be that you'll fucking die. And yeah, one of the many reasons is that sodium, which comes primarily from salt, is needed for electrical signaling. But you seem to be implying here that just because having low sodium is unhealthy, the message that high sodium is bad is the result of a conspiracy to make you not have any salt at all. Maybe to make your energy flow worse for some nefarious purpose. Well, I'm sorry, but just like it's a fact that low sodium is harmful, it's just as much a fact that high sodium is harmful. Have you never heard of everything in moderation? The reason high sodium is harped on so much in America is that so many of the common foods that people eat there are high in sodium, and as a result, the average person in the US is much more at risk of having high sodium than low sodium. On average, people in that country eat more than their recommended daily intake. Conspiracy!
And today I also picked up this book about water crystals.
Speaking of salt, I'm considering eating a shovelful to try to induce a stroke.
And if you don't know about the power of words and intention on water, you really need to look at this study. You have water crystals with poor energy.
You have a picture of half-frozen water from Masaru Emoto's art project, which even he denies is scientific.
And then you have water crystals with positive words and good vibes.
And then you have a typical snowflake formed under unknown conditions, which may or may not be remotely similar to the one from the last page.
And our bodies are made up of mostly water.
Uh-huh, so maybe you should give up on that green water and start eating nothing but the prettiest snowflakes. Gotta get those good vibrations. And while you're at it, mix them with a whole bunch of salt. That'll make sure your energy flows real good.
You have these energy and positive music. This is water exposed to Beethoven's Symphony 5.
Wow. Yeah, it's a snowflake.
It forms beautiful crystalline structures.
Uh-huh. Water forms snowflakes. In fact, it probably forms like 1,000,000,000,000,000 of them every year, worldwide or something. And amazingly, that doesn't even require people to play Beethoven and say nice things to them. Unless maybe water has really, really good hearing, in which case they can also hear a bunch of death metal and all of those fucks and shits that you've been spewing out this whole time. But it seems to work out just fine either way. Say, did you know that the reason snowflakes form with 6 sides like that is because of the electrical forces acting on the water molecules? Boom! Blew your fucking mind. There's a new one for you.
Our bodies are water. Our bodies are electric.
Yes, redneck tree goddess. Electricity!
We are energetic beings.
Electricity!
In an energetic reality.
Energetic 2! Electric Boogaloo!
This goes much deeper than I can put into words, not only because it's so complicated, but B, I don't even fully understand it myself.
No, you yeah.
All I know is I just wish other people wouldn't stop researching and just give in to this flat earth model thinking that's all truth. No, it's a psyop.
That's enough. I'm done. Goodbye. Ezet, get the gun. You're gonna shoot me in the head.